which still more than 5 minutes early. But we're out here today on National Hoodie Day saying we are all Trayvon, the whole damn system's guilty. And we have a couple mothers out here today who know exactly what that means in the most brutal and painful way.
Let's get a little bit closer.
Because their young black sons were killed by the police, and it was immediately ruled justifiable in exactly the way the murder of Trayvon was ruled justifiable. If everyone could give their love and support to Annie Johnson, the mother of Aaron Harrison. Aaron Harrison was murdered by the police on the west side in 2007. And Annie Johnson is out here fighting for justice for her son and for everyone. And that's an example of we are all Trayvon Martin. And then we have Gloria Pinex, whose son Darius Pinex was murdered by the very same cop who exactly 6 months later, after murdering her son, murdered Flint Farmer. And that police officer, while not on the force, now has a $75,000 a year job with the city and has never been indicted. And the only reason that George Zimmerman was indicted was because during that whole 45 days after he murdered Trayvon Martin, increasingly people and more people went into the streets to demand that the lives of our young black brothers not be treated as having no value. To demand that charges be brought against Zimmerman because the lives of our young black brothers count for something. They are not guilty until proven innocent. They are not automatically criminals. And we have to see to it that this whole concept that the lives of our young black brothers and sisters and young Latino brothers and sisters count for nothing, we have to see to it that that gets laid to rest forever. And part of that is to see to it that Zimmerman gets prosecuted to the full extent of justice in this case in Sanford, Florida. So we're out here today on National Hoodie Day saying we are all Trayvon Martin, and the whole damn system is guilty. We are all Trayvon Martin. The whole damn system is guilty. We are all Trayvon Martin. The whole damn system is guilty. We are all Trayvon Martin. The whole damn system is guilty. We are all Trayvon Martin. The whole damn system is guilty. We are all Trayvon Martin. The whole damn system is guilty. Now I want anyone who's got really creative and exciting chants feel absolutely free to come up and let us know what they are so that we can have the participation of the people, because it is the participation of the people which is going to turn around the situation where our young black brothers and young black and brown brothers and sisters are jailed in massive numbers, are beaten by the police, and are shot down in the streets, and it's automatically called justifiable if someone says, oh, well, I was afraid for my life. All you have to do, if you're a police officer in Chicago, is say, well, I thought he pointed a gun at me, even if it was a cell phone. If you say, I feared for my life because I thought he pointed a gun at me. Even if you shoot someone in the back and say they had pointed a gun at me, it's justifiable homicide, the same as in the case of Trayvon Martin, and this is going on all across the country. Think of the situation with Oscar Grant in front of thousands and thousands of people. He was shot to death on the platform of the BART train, and it was only because people went out in the streets there in Oakland that the BART policemen who shot him to death even had charges brought up against him. And even then, it was only for a brief period of time and he's out walking the streets again. Or take the case in New York of the young man who was chased into his own home by the police, shot in his own bathroom in front of his family members. And when it went to trial, the judge dismissed the charges because he said the prosecutor had wrongly presented his case to the grand jury. They just dismissed the charges against the cop outright. So we have to be very wary in this case in Sanford, Florida, that the prosecutors don't forget how to prosecute. We live in a society which was founded on slavery and genocide of Native Americans, which its whole life was based on slavery, and then after slavery, Jim Crow, and lynching and Ku Klux Klan terror to continue to hold black people down and force them to work on plantations. And now, the new Jim Crow, police brutality, even murder and mass incarceration and denial of rights. We have to turn this around. From my perspective, I consider myself a revolutionary, and I think that this whole history shows it's going to take revolution to get rid of this oppression once and for all. But you don't have to believe that it's going to take revolution to know you have to stand up if we're going to get a modicum of justice in the case of Trayvon Martin. And we're out here today joining with people across the country in a National Hoodie Day to demand justice for Trayvon Martin, to say we are all Trayvon and the whole damn system is guilty.
Woo! That's right.
There's a statement by the leader of the revolution, Bob Avakian, that goes, no more generation